Scarier than Halloween, and a vital part of the Christmas tradition, the roots of the Alpine Krampus festival stretch back to medieval times. From November to January across the Alps, Krampuses roam the streets in troops of 6 to 12, going into houses, restaurants and shopping malls, scaring off evil spirits and terrifying the local children. His appearance can vary, but the Krampus is unmistakable.
The most basic description of a Krampus is someone who wears a mask that has a strong resemblance to the devil, very often with horns, and some form of fur coat, very often a belt with bells or rolls that are very loud when the Krampus is moving.
These Alpine monsters parade the streets to make sure the children are not naughty, but nice.
St. Nicholas and the basket carrier enter each and every house, and they often perform a poem that he will then always ask, has everybody been nice in here, or do we also need the Krampus for the naughty children, or also for the grown-ups?
In some parts of the Alps, the Krampus brandishes a whip, in others a stick, but everywhere children are wary of his wrath.
There's always this threat of physical violence that is part of the whole experience, and it is, in a way, it is performed by the Krampuses. I guess all the kids in some form or another have to come to terms with Krampus.
Oh, I was really afraid, really afraid of the Krampus. I always was hiding behind other people's, behind my father or my mom.
When Robert Renacher turned 18, he decided to join his local Krampus group.
Because it was the Krampus, the Bergengruppe Alpine, my own group, who took the fear away I had as a child. The members was always kind, and every year again, every season, you meet new people and see new stuff and other stuff. And yes, it's great.
The costumes are elaborate, allowing people to show their creative skills.
My mask it's really big. It's heavy, big. You can say it's about 12, 13 kilos. You are wearing on your head and on your neck, where it's a big teeth, a big mouth. My horns, you can say, it's just straight up from the head, like you can say a unicorn.
All across the Alps, people know the Krampus festival, but it can take slightly different formats.
The tradition, it changes from country to country over the Alps where you are. Every group, every city has its own style, right? From the costume to the bells or the things they are making.
The origins of the Krampus are shrouded in mystery. Christmas cards in the region have featured the Krampus for over 100 years, but it's hard to say where it actually originates.
In 1580, we find the first written source in a small town in southern Bavaria, and from that point onwards, throughout the 17th century, it seems to be spreading in that wider region.
Making masks is an ancient artistic practice, and many believe the Krampus tradition stretches back to pagan times. But Matthias Rest is not so sure.
We believe that the Krampus actually emerged out of a counter-reformatory movement around this time. So after the first Protestant wave went through Europe, the Catholic Church was very strong in bringing in the Jesuits to convince the people to come back to the Catholic faith, and they often did this through theater performances that were often performed inside the houses of people.
When you meet a man who transforms into the Krampus, the festival can seem a lot less scary.
We are one of the type of the groups who try to take them the fear of the Krampus. It's to show them the Krampus, it's not a bad person or a bad scene.
This tradition has also captured the imagination of young people and benefited from the arrival of the internet.
There's been a very strong move from people who are interested in fantasy and live action role playing, who are becoming interested in this practice as a form of engaging with or kind of dressing up as a modern human entity.
There are people we don't even know from countries or other states. They are already liking us or following us on Facebook, and they are really like it.
While many Alpine traditions are dwindling in popularity, this festival is booming.
The Krampus generally roam the streets of many places in the Alps, in rural Austria, southern Germany, and also places in northern Italy and Slovenia, and also increasingly in eastern Switzerland. So it is definitely a custom that is strongly increased in intensity and size over the last, let's say, generation.